Hey there. You're watching the Jessa Channel live on YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer. Today is Wednesday, July 17th, 2019, and today is the release day for Nightcall. Nightcall is a game in which we are going to be a taxi driver in the streets of Paris. And we have a serial killer to catch. As always, I am your host, and my name is Jessa. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hello, everybody. Hi, everybody. Okay, so I am not going to spend too much time talking about me and what's going on with me. We're going to get right into this game because this game is awesome. It's available on Steam right now, and a couple of two heads up. One, this game is not family friendly. It's not. It's mature. It's not a horror by any means. There's not dead bodies all over the place. It's a serial killer though, so it's not going to be like lighthearted. But yeah, it's noir, it's dark, they're mature themes, and I have been warned about this a couple of times by Raw Fury, the publishers of this game. So I wanted to let you guys know as well. So this is not one you might want to put, if you're watching this later on, you might want to put your little ones to bed before you dive into the world of the gritty streets of Paris. And then the second thing is you can grab your copy right there. And the developers are live right now with Raw Fury, with the publishers. They're live actually. So if you want to go on over and check out the developers, it hurts my heart to say this, but watch them. Don't watch me. I know. I feel like me and like one other person in here, like somebody left their cat behind to watch in sympathy and everybody ran over there. But to be absolutely honest, I have to be fair and say, if you want to know more about the game, I actually tried to get a developer commentary live stream and they did agree to one, but they were unable to do it at the same time. Like, they can't be in two places at once. And this is the time I always go live. So unfortunately it didn't work out. But if you want to know the developers, head on over and watch that. Or heck, watch it in one tab and then come over and watch me in another tab. Whatever floats your boat. But there's my altruistic. It doesn't matter who's streaming this. Go buy the game anyway. All right. Now, having said all of that, I am going to take us right into well, first of all, say hi to me. I see some of you guys in here. Yay! Some of the, like Gail. She's awesome. She comes to every stream. She's so great. Floop. It's a little heart. Like in The Sims, Gail, like when the Sims, like they love each other, they just get these little floop hearts, or when they become friends and stuff. So that's my little floop heart. I also have two team members in here today with me. I have Velour and I have Morgwin right here with me today. Awesome. So, thank you so much for being here as always. And thank you, Gail. Okay, so let's get into this game. Hi, Eos. Hi. All right, so let's dive into the world of Nightcall. Remember, I'm live on Twitch, on Mixer, and on YouTube as always. I was going to be live on Steam, on the broadcast pages. Hi, Koi. I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking. Yay. I am doing really well today. I had a great, I had a lovely lunch. I have my water here in my favorite rose water bottle. And I am ready to dive into the dirty streets of Paris. Okay. And so I'm going to head on over here. Hi, Toadstool. My bravery and strength. Thank you. Are you referring to something specific, or are you just like my everyday bravery and strength? So I'm gonna head on up here to the right hand corner here. And like I said, I'm not gonna spend too much time talking. We're gonna get right into it. So I'm going to open up the game. The game is in the background here. And I'm going to unmute it. And then we're going to lower it just a little bit to about there. Should be good. Maybe about there. Probably going to need that lower. Okay. Oh, about staying safe. Oh, thank you. Hi, Bunny. Yay! Hi, Mr. Bunny. Okay, so, sound check from the mod team, please. Thank you. And just gonna check and see if everything is looking good in all places here. And vampire bloodlines. Ooh. Oh, good. Thank you, Morgwin. Okay, sounds good. Thank you, Velour. Appreciate that. Velour is our newest team member. She's been doing a great job. And let me see here. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Let's catch a killer. I'm going to start the episode here. Hey there. You're watching the Jessa Channel live on YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer. Today is the release day of Night Call, this noir murder mystery. We're going to be catching a serial killer, basically. We're going to find out if there is a serial killer in the back of our taxi. Yes, we are a taxi driver in the streets of Paris, a sort of modern day Paris, if you will. And there's some neat features about this game that I will be sharing with you as we play. But for now, let's head on into the world of Night Call. All right, so we're going to click on New Game. For those of you guys who have not yet bought this game, you can buy it on Steam. The link is down below. But one thing to note is, even if you watch this, you're not going to spoil yourself because the game has multiple endings. The killer is different in different endings, and the way the game plays out is different in different endings as well too. And also, just a little warning for those of you guys watching this later on YouTube, this is not family friendly. It has mature themes, some dark themes. So this is not one to watch when your little ones are around. Put them to bed first, and then watch. Ooh. Choose the investigation. The judge, the angel of death, the Sandman, a surprise investigation, or random investigation. All right, so let's see here. The judge, victims all have something in common, and the motives seem clear. But which suspect could have done it? Balanced case, perfect for a first run. Random victims, unknown motive, weird case, slightly more difficult. The victims may feel random at first, but there's a connection. Yet the motives might be hard to find. Dark and twisted. Randomly pick an unsolved investigation, or no matter if solved or unsolved. So we're going to go for the judge here because this is my first run, and we want to have a chance to solve this, a fighting chance. So we're going to choose the judge. Under the difficulty mode, we're going to go for story, I believe, because I always like that. It's basically the easy mode. The investigation will be easier. Actions will take less time for a chiller experience. We know we like chill. So we're going to go for story mode. The developers, Monkey Moon and Black... Oh, didn't catch the last one. But was a collaboration between them. Black Muffin Studio. There we go. This game was developed in France. Well, they have an international team, but in France. Published by Raw Fury, some of my favorite people. Expose all those murderers. Here we go. How's the game volume? Uh-oh. Is that blood on the street? What's going on there? Oh no! That was the killer behind us! To expose the murderers in our taxis. So, the doctor. Someone speaks to us. Here. Here. Sir? Sir, can you hear me? Or do I need to speak up? Oh. Oh, what happened? Yeah, speak up. Is this okay with you? Is my voice loud enough? Yes. Yes, I can hear you. She takes a deep breath. Sir, you just spent 2 weeks in a coma. The word bounces around your head. You need a moment to understand its meaning. Coma? Coma? The word scratches along your throat. Yes. You were the victim of an assault, sir. The word resonates in your head. Victim. 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 You are aware. A serial killer is currently on the loose in Paris. You feel the contents of your stomach crawling up your throat. The judge, as the police call the killer, assaulted you. The bullet touched your liver and, in most circumstances, sir, it would have been fatal. We chose to put you in an induced. Her voice becomes more distant, fades. You taste bile at the back of your throat. Your head is burning. You hear a whistle in one ear. Your fingers move towards your wound. Underneath the bandages, you can feel hard skin. It is incredibly painful. Hi, Angel! Will it be back to watch later? I don't know. I don't know. So go watch it, Eos, if you want to. I won't be upset. It's not rude. You know, I already told you, if you want to watch the developers, go watch them instead of me. That's the honest truth. If I had known what time they were going live, I would not have gone up against them, but I didn't know until 10 minutes before. I didn't know. I asked, actually, when they were going live, and the person I asked didn't know. So, there's nothing I can do about that. Did they... I'm sorry, sir. Could you repeat the question? Did they catch the judge, the person who attacked me? No, I'm sorry, they didn't. What about the cops? The doctor is silent for a second, a very awkward second. She hesitates. The police would like to see you as soon as possible to ask you some questions. After all, you are the only one who survived the judge. Noise in the hallway attracts your attention. You try to turn your head to no avail. Sir, you need to rest. Please. She leaves the room. Her voice resonates in the hallway. I don't care if he's the only witness, she says. He's... Another female voice joins in, a strong, authoritarian voice. You can't clearly make out what she's saying. A strange feeling washes over you. It's not pain, not fatigue. Some odd combination of the two. Before being in this hospital room, you'd never realized the anger was made up of a combination of pain. And that anger was made up of a combination of pain and exhaustion. Anger. A feeling you know all too well. Days go by, and a month later, we are now on night 1. Okay, so let me just skip out for a minute here because Lily asked me to raise the music a little bit, so we'll go there. All right, let's see how that is. Well, look, I've got a bit of a problem. Real problem, that is. You have a pounding headache. It's your first night behind the wheel since... the attack. We are now in our taxi. It is raining in Paris. We are behind the wheel. We have a passenger in our car. Listen. Are you listening to me? You're listening to me, right? You catch your boss's eye in the rear view mirror. Sorry, I've got a lot on my mind. I just want things to get back to normal, to clear my head, to stop thinking about it all. He's watching you closely, trying to make out what's going on in your head. I'm just going to pull up chat again. There we go. Hi, Play Sims. Welcome. Hi. A little more. Okay, so it sounds like it's better now. Hello, Wind. Yay, thank you for watching me on Twitch. I appreciate that. This game is really cool so far. He's watching you closely, trying to make out what's going on in your head. You know I'm worried about you, don't you? You know that, don't you? I know. You're like a son to me, you know? I know. And again, and you know he's about to tell you the story of his taxi fleet. Again. You know, when my father died and left me the store, I could have sold it. I could have retired, gone back to the old country. Let's let him go on. But I decided to start a cab fleet with the money he left me to hire the guys from the neighborhood. Guys like you. And that's why I got 45 guys like you working for me. His hands flutter in the air, though none of them are any a match for you. He smiles, his voice suddenly takes on a serious tone. Do you want me to go over everything again? He points to the equipment on the dashboard, the meter, the GPS. You haven't been in a taxi for weeks. Maybe you do need a little refresher. Yeah. It's been weeks. And I think I had a concussion as well. Yeah, give me a little bit of refresher. Right then, first the map. You'll spot potential customers and try to guess where they'll be going. Then you decide, boy, you decide. When a customer orders a taxi, if there's no one else around, you have to go pick him up. He shrugs. That's the way it goes. It's business, you know? Business. No problem. Yeah, I can handle that. Yeah. The other fares, you look at the map and decide whether or not you want to take them, you know? Then, you drive. Through the streets, through the night. He flashes a quick, mechanical smile. You know it well. When he talks about work, he talks about work. That's all. When your shift is over, we do the numbers and... His voice trails off, searching for the right words. And that's all. It's pretty simple. There's no reason why you can't do it. Yeah. Oh, and, right. No overtime, dude. We're in France here, and there are rules, regulations. You might not see it that way, but no one likes having a driver who hasn't slept for 24 hours. He looks away. Something's been bothering him since he got into the cab. Anyhow, you know the ropes. You get it. You know you're gonna do a good job. So what's the matter then? I know there's something wrong. Your boss keeps quiet for a while as if he's hesitant to speak, and then... Listen. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think you should be driving. The murderer is still out there, and we think he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back for you. What do you mean, we? Who have you been talking to, boss? Your colleagues. And I agree with them. I do too. I think the same. Anyway, I'll let you get back to work. Every minute spent in your taxi is a minute lost. He gives you a smile, half ironic, half serious. You can count on me, boss. I'll be back in fighting form in no time. He scratches an invisible stain on the armrest. Yeah, I know. That's the problem. Your boss opens the door and exits the cab. You watch him cross the street and enter the fleet garage. A couple of colleagues are milling about. Taxis are coming and going. They all ignore you. Consciously, unconsciously, on purpose, or not. You are branded. You are the one who survived. You sit there a moment and turn the key in the ignition. The hum of the engine sends a tingle down your spine. It's impossible to describe how you missed that feeling. That nighttime, ready for the first passenger. That feeling. It's back to the night shift. It's back to life on the dirty, rainy streets of Paris. Despite the attack, despite it all. All right, so we now have, hello Tessa, welcome back to the Jessa Channel. So this is pretty cool so far. It's like this gritty noir. It's so cool. It's like a novel with moving pictures. It's awesome. Okay, so here we are in our taxi. We have some people we can pick up. And we can just pick any one of them. So just randomly, I'm gonna pick this one down here. A handful of cars are speeding out of Paris. It's like they're running away from something. Cater, Bagawi, yeah. Sorry. Is gonna hop in our car. We are going to accept this. This will give us 14 euros and 8. I don't know what the small change for euros is. Pence? Does anybody? Obviously somebody here knows. You're kind of into the boss. Mr. Bunny's got a crush going. All right, so let's accept. You pull up to the sidewalk and pick up a passenger who ordered a cab. You can just make him out, surrounded by 5 or 6 cops. An all too familiar scene. That's interesting. He's surrounded by cops? What's going on with that? Every so often, the low, ominous tones of an officer's voice makes it to your ear. The circle of cops break up. You see your passenger. He heads over to the cab and gets in. I love what you have going on with, like, what is this, like a feather boa or something? It's really lovely. It's so cool. He slams the door and lets rip. Mother freaking cops. He gives you his address and you start the car. The passenger stares out the window at the passing road as if to calm himself. You take a quick look in the rearview mirror. So we can be kind-hearted or we can be investigative. And we're going to be investigative because, you know, I want to know what's going on. So what was that all about? Psh, nothing. The usual bull crap. He has a youthful sounding voice, a little immature. He's barely 20, maybe younger. What a frickin' pain in the ass. Oop. Can't go out without getting screwed by each and every one of those son of a ass. Hey, if you're not wearing a frickin' beret, then if you happen to be wearing sweatpants, then yeah, right. You're a hood. Bull crap. He smirks wryly, and then his voice raises an octave. Your papers, please. Your papers, please. He sighs, his voice back to normal. Is there a Lion King in my taxi? Yeah, I know. The narrative heavy games are hard on my throat, particularly when I'm doing a slightly lower voice. So we're gonna keep the old throat moistened. I should say the word beep to. Oh, that's a good idea. I will do that because I'm not too fond of cursing, even if I've warned you that it isn't family friendly. Okay. Yeah, sure. Shove your aunt's beep up your bleepin' bleep, buddy. Yeah, always the same old thing, isn't it? The passenger looks at you and lets out a bitter laugh. You can say that again. Even the Arabs treat us like crap when they're wearing a uniform. Oh, okay, so they are both Arabic. Islamic, perhaps, I don't know. A slow smile spreads over his face. And you know what's worse, dude? He pulls a paperback out of his jacket pocket. The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas. They wouldn't believe it was my book. Oh, institutionalized racism, so beautiful. He returns it to his pocket right away. For a second, you wonder if you imagined it. The first thing they asked me was where I had stolen it. Aw, man. That is so bleeped up, man. You know, like there was no way I could actually own a book. Then I'm gonna just say this one, then the bastards took the book and flipped through it every single page. Oh, to make sure I wasn't hiding anything like hash or some other crap. He flinches, something in his features breaks. A crack has appeared, he's trying not to show it, but you see what's going on. You can't help it. The inner struggle. Yep, racial profiling. I know it all too well, too. It's brutal. Anyway, the humiliation. It's always so humiliating, man. It's so humiliating. And the shame, yep. Hi, Heathery. Hi, Pumpkin. It's just a book, you know? It's just a book, he says. Do you like it? He looks up. Yeah, I like it. It's, well, it's kind of like a revenge story. Like all the Hollywood movies we download so we don't have to pay for a ticket. Except that it takes place 200 years ago. And yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good. It really sucks, you know, what happens to the hero guy. He spends the whole book planning his revenge. You know, big time. The guy's pretty messed up, dude. He catches your eye in the rearview mirror. He realizes he's not all worked up anymore. It's my girlfriend. My girlfriend gave it to me. She likes Dumas? Yeah, I think so. She's into all that historical stuff, you know. To me, it was a real drag at first, but I don't know if that W is supposed to be there. He lets out a sigh. She forced me a little, and then I realized that Monte Cristo, you know, he's one of us. He's one of us. I mean, his story, you know, it's a lot like what goes on today. But I introduced her to new stuff too. There are these texts, you know, the rap lyrics that she really likes. You should see her, you know, putting on a show and all. But the truth is, you know, she actually likes it. It's the same thing with reading, right? You know, I mean, it had to be properly explained to me. I had to want to try it. And that was it, man. I was on my way. A short time later, you pull up at the address given by your fare. It's a low, rather unattractive building. The passenger passes you the money for the ride. I have to go. I punch in early tomorrow. He pauses, eyeing the time on the radio's LCD display. Or later on, I should say. A moment later, he vanishes into the night. Ha ha! Our first fare! We received $14.08. I'm gonna say pence because I don't know what the cents what you say for euros. So I'll say pence because I don't know. It's a common Islamic name. Okay, cool. Thank you, Heather. All right, so let's take our money. So we have some more fares we can pick up since this is right along our way. Let's head there. The rev of our engine starts, and we notice a cat sitting on the roof of a car parked off to the side. Yay! By the way, there is a cat in this game. One of the many reasons why I was going to bring this game to us. I need to talk to you, says Carolina Giroux. So they, just so you know, the writers of this game did a profile, a complete in-depth profile of every single person you can pick up. I think there's up to 50 passengers, I think. I read that. So, yeah. Oh, look at the little lady. She's so cute. The scent of orange blossom fills the air as your passenger enters the cab. You smile. She returns the smile. Good evening. There is a raw, emotional warmth to her voice. You sense your passenger wants to talk about the killer. It's simple. Since the first murder, everyone thinks they know something. Everyone thinks they saw something. And this passenger is no exception. It's pretty cold out tonight, isn't it? You nod. There are passengers like this elderly woman that you immediately take a liking to. I can almost feel the cold air settling in around the corners of my mouth. It's a funny feeling, but one that a nice cup of hot tea can quickly dispel. A smile plays across her lips. Good night, pupper. Or a cup of hot chocolate, of course. Oh, I love hot chocolate. On nights like this, I can't go out on my own anymore. And yet I have to. She glances over to you. Why do you have to go out, ma'am? Let's just say I needed to talk to you. I hope you won't get me wrong, but just drive around the block, if you will. I know who you are and what you're doing. Okay, she is the murderer. She did it. Guilty as sin. She's quiet for a minute, searching for the right words or simply trying to reassure you. I admire what you're doing. The city really needs your help, and so does the world. Don't take it the wrong way, but I know you're looking for the killer. Not I'm gonna keep my eye on this lady, Carolina. Something is not right in the buttermilk. That's a wonderful way to put it. They use scents too? Oh, thanks, Ralph. Good. Not the sweet little old lady. Look at her. Look at that guilt. Just plastered all over that sweet little face. I know what he did to you. I know why you're after him. She gives you a warm smile. I'd like to make you an offer. You can either take it or leave it. But I'd like everything I tell you to remain a secret, no matter what happens afterwards. What do you say, my boy? I'm listening. We look look up into our rearview mirror, looking back at this old woman. She seems so sweet. You see, when my husband died, he left me a building. I converted it, made repairs and renovations. But above all, I gave it a goal, a role, and a reason to exist. This hotel, I could call it a shelter, but that would scare away the people who need it. Some say it is a retreat, but the same thing. The word has unpleasant connotations. I keep calling it a hotel because my guests need to realize that they are only passing through, that their real life is out there waiting for them. Her eyes meet yours. There's more to the kind grandmother in the backseat of your cab than meets the eye. A hint of greatness. Are you following me? Yes. Yes, I believe so. Good. Well, anyhow, the hotel is reserved for men, women, and couples. For anyone who needs it, really. I use the word reserve, but there aren't any eligibility conditions. None other than my own, that is. We live in a wonderful country, don't we? But sometimes it fails to recall its fundamental values. Liberty, fraternity. In my hotel, I take in people who have been chased from their homes for every imaginable reason. Right now, I have a couple of women who are victims of domestic abuse. A young woman thrown out of her home because she didn't want to have an abortion. Two couples who were thrown out by homophobic parents. She knits her brow in consternation. Does that give you a better idea? Is it free? Does it cost any euros? People pay whatever they can afford. She gives you a smile. I don't do it for the money. I'm not interested in that, you know. Her forehead creases. Helping people. These people in trouble, I welcome them, I listen to them, I give them a moment's peace. Some spend a single night, others stay for a month. Most of my guests don't stay long. They leave as soon as they're back on their feet. As soon as they've found housing. As soon as they work out whatever caused them to leave home in the first place. You smile. There's always room, actually. I've never been full. And that's what I've come to see you about. You and I. We're on the same wavelength. We're working for the common good. Her forehead creases again like a crumpled sheet. I may be wrong, of course. Am I? It's not all that simple. I'd like to say I was. Are you hunting the killer out of revenge? Before you can answer, she holds up a hand. I'm sorry. The reason doesn't really matter. Her fingers said, yeah, her fingers are very active, aren't they, Mr. Bunny? What matters is the good that comes out of it. She gives you a smile. Let me finish my little speech. Here are my rules, or requests, if you would rather. Rule number 1, you can mention my place to anyone you think may be in need of help. Once you drop them off, I ask them in, I talk to them, and I take care of them. You're free to go. You don't have to worry about me. I have my own security staff. Your passenger gives her arm a pat, as if she had a holster under her shirt. Ha 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 ha! See, I told you. She's packing heat. Oh, goodness. She will cold clock you. That's awesome. I think I want a clip of that if I can. Thanks. Your gaze locks with hers. She flashes you a meaningful smile as if you were in the know. Rule number 2. If someone specifically asks you to bring them to my place, don't do it. Some of my guests are being pursued, hunted, and it would be a shame to let the wolf into the sheepfold, would it not? A bright smile from the back seat. You can feel her warmth, the scent of your passenger's perfume, the orange blossom, simple and suggestive, hangs in the air. A pause. She's watching you intently. You pull over to the spot where you picked her up. Now, I'm going to ask you once and for all, do you want to help me? A simple yes or no will do. If it's a no. What do you mean no? We didn't say anything. Oh, if it's a no, that's a mistake there. There's a spelling mistake in there. If it's a no, well, then I'll have to find someone else. Oh yeah, well, do we have any questions? Let's ask a question. No, no questions asked. I've told you. Everything you need to know, take it or leave it. See, she doesn't play around. Look, that's a serial killer if the good Lord ever made one. She smiles at you. So, what do you say? Well, absolutely we're going to help her. I see no reason why we shouldn't. A smile lights up your passenger's face. Here's my card. She hands you the money for her fare along with her business card. You and I? We're going to do great things together. I can feel it. She exits the cab, a little squeal escaping her as the cold strikes her full force. Oh, so cold. Good night. Try to stay warm. She vanishes down a nearby side street. She's either awesome or you're feeding the serial killer victims. Exactly. And we won't know. I know. We just like agreed to send her victims, basically. You sit there for a moment, business card in hand. As you start the cab, a slow smile spreads over your face. All right, we have earned €18.71. We now have a profit of $27.07, or 70 cents maybe. The door suddenly opens and a woman gets in the back seat. Having a good night. For a second, you freeze. It's one of the cops working on the judge's case. She grins at you. Her voice creaks. You remember seeing her at the hospital. Something already bothered you about her there. All right, the cops are here, guys. We're innocent. We didn't do it. It was that old broad back there. She's the one you want. You know, let me find a good voice for her. Do you know, it's actually pretty crazy. For weeks I have been saying to myself there's something off about you. Something not so nice. I dug around. I mulled it over. I bugged all of my fellow cops about it because I was sure you had lied to us. We are just gonna let her keep going. She has a cold sneer on her face. Listen, I am going to be frank with you. She leans over to you. I don't think you're the judge. Nah, I just can't picture it. She squints, like she's trying to make you out from far away. Like you'd have gone to the extent of hurting yourself. Yeah, between us, it's a bit of a stretch. She stares. But not enough of a stretch for my chief to stop going on and on about you. Seriously, he talks about you all the time. If I didn't know better, I'd think he had a crush on you. She smirks. No. I think he's more interested in your profile. In prison, at 17, you were. An icy chill fills your guts. And for murder, too. You open your mouth, but nothing comes out. Since you got out, you've kept a low profile. But you're lying about your name and your address. I checked. It's normal, you'd say, if they get word of your time served. No loan for your permit. No lease for your car. Meaning, no second chance at life. Her voice becomes softer, almost warm. I personally like guys who want a second chance. No. I like guys who fight for a second chance. Basically, I like guys who are willing to work for me. She leans forward, her shining cat-like eyes narrowing. My chief wants to go to the prosecutor with a first and last name with evidence. Actually, knowing him, he's not so hot on evidence. So I'll give you info. Victims, suspects, medical reports, some photos that are a bit disgusting, but you have to be discreet. Keep it between you and me. Interrogate, ask questions, dig around. I am not a cop. I don't know what you're on about. Don't worry. You're already keener than half the squad. And don't forget, I am not asking you to make an arrest and deliver the killer wrapped up in a bow in front of the station, okay? You're no Batman. You're just here to get me more information. She rummages around in her pockets for what seems like forever. Here, take my card. I will call you in 3-4 days just to check in. We'll chat. you and I. And I will let you know if I have any new info. She takes on a didactic, paternalistic tone, like she was giving you a list of recommendations for the 100th time. Don't get caught. Don't get arrested. Also, I wouldn't recommend trying to leave Paris. Our good Paris. I know what you look like. And I know who your friends are. You can either be the solution or the problem, my friend. She takes a minute to scan your face, your emotions. If I have to, I'll go check in on you know who. You understand me? Her smile is biting. Oh, and that reminds me. Does she know you've done time? That would be unfortunate if she found out. You shake your head. She snickers. Oh, my little dirtbag. You cover your tracks well. I think we're going to say nothing here. She acknowledges your silence with a nod. Hi, Conflicting. Welcome back to the Jessa Channel. Hi, Tia. This game is so interesting. So cool. Before I sock her. Okay. Oh, wait. That's my voice. Okay. I think you've got a handle on our little deal. I will make this very clear. Any problems, I turn you in. Understand me? I will send your picture to all of my friends in the media and every jerk in Paris. Every jerk in Paris. Your picture with your name on it. Your real name. Is that right? You didn't know that I knew, but I did. Anyone close to you will have their places searched. They will be put under house arrest, spend nights in jail. Do you have any idea how tense things are with that jerk's trial underway? I don't know what trial she's talking about. Let's see if she clarifies on that. You sigh. You know just what she's trying to get at. Come to think of it, your last names are almost the same. You could even be brothers, actually. Think it's not true? I am nothing like that son of a... She smiles. Let me tell you, with that face of yours and your handle, they will welcome you with open arms. This sounds like more of these this is more racism. What accents are those that I'm doing? Honey, whatever accent happens to fall out of my mouth, basically. Call it what you will. It's like French, Jamaican, you know what I mean? It could be like anywhere, basically. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. But yeah, honestly, for those of you guys who've been watching the Jessa channel for a long time know that I do voice all my characters, but I never claim to try and do a specific accent. I'm really not good at accents. Honestly, I just would, however their voice comes out of me as I'm developing the character is how it comes out. That's all I know. It could have been Russian, could have been anything. Lord only knows. We're gonna still go with the because she has no right, but she's gonna anyway, and there's nothing we can do about it, so why say anything? She takes on a serious tone, businesslike. Listen, I want to catch this killer personally. I want to drag him to court, ruin his life with a bang. I can't botch this case. You got me? And neither can you. Understand, right? You've made that perfectly clear, obviously. Well, great then. We see eye to eye, then. So you can just say you are my informant, my CI. I don't know what CI means. Maybe community investigator? I'm not sure. That serial killer, he ripped open your gut. He saw your own insides. You were in a coma. Yeah, you have plenty of reasons to want to get back at him, don't you? She furrows her brow. Yeah, I think you're actually going to do what I tell you to do. You investigate, you ask questions, you listen to all of the rumors, and you come up with a list of suspects. She lays her hand on the door handle and then freezes. Oh, right. And don't get fired. Without this cab, you are worth nothing to me. Nothing. You glare at her. Yeah, I kind of want to say this, but we're gonna go with that. For what it's worth, it was a pleasure not to be interrupted every other minute. You can't imagine how much I miss that at work. Yeah. Yeah, we thought it really loudly. Yeah, basically. She puts her hand up and you can hear the words behind it. This conversation never happened. Yeah, but you know what? We also recorded it on our iPhone, so screw you. I'll make sure you get more intel tomorrow. I'll find a way. Until then, not a word to anyone, obviously. Not a word. Bonsoir. Blah! Freaking! Ugh! You sit alone for a while, teeth clenched, dry-eyed, ears buzzing. Merde. On the back seat, the cop left a pile of papers. Merde, merde! Key in the ignition, motor running. So it doesn't count as cursing if I say it in Spanish, right? That's what I'm hoping. Radio on, crackles. You turn it off and start driving. All right, so talking to passengers might unlock new documents and clues for your investigation. You will find them back at your studio after your shift. We have discovered 6 clues available in our room. Hello, Dre. Thank you so much for following me. I appreciate it. It does, but we get it. Dre, we are playing Night Call. And it's an awesome indie game. So cool. So yeah, we are playing that. I'm gonna just take a quick moment here. And you guys can just talk amongst yourselves for a quick moment. And edit this pause out, please. And also and let me also, I just want to make a quick no, here we go, I just need to come on by. Okay, so there we go. All right, so let's click next and head back into the game. Wow, this is cool. That was a cool little animation, a little clip there. You take a second to enjoy the silence of your studio apartment. Outside, the city is slowly waking up. You can still hear the hum of the taxi buzzing in your ears. You throw the files Boussette gave you on the table. On the wall, you hung up the big corkboard where you used to pin up photos of your nephews. They've been gone since you got out of... So whatever we did that put us in jail was bad enough for our family to stop talking to us. Sorry about this. Your plan is simple. Jot down all the pieces of evidence and connect them to the suspects. The guilty party won't necessarily be the one with the most evidence against them, but the one with the most compelling evidence against them. We're heading into Kathy Rain territory here. Yeah, Kathy Rain was... I warned you that this game was dark, and Kathy Rain had a lot of darkness in it too. So much so that I couldn't finish it. But trying to understand their motives. Understand how he or she got into this situation. You are suddenly overcome with the desire to sleep. Ugh. Oh gosh. You close your eyes, press your fingers to your eyelids. Let out a yawn. You glance at your bed. But there's a killer to catch. And so you get to work. All right, so we have autopsy report given by Boussette. Autopsy report victim 4. Killer case. Those are the 3 things. We have 3 pieces of evidence. Let's take a look at them. We're going to hold this to investigate. That gives us 2 more clues. Hold to investigate. That gives us 3 clues. Picture of the crime scene. 4 clues. All right, so it looks like he's killed 3 times. Okay, so we now have new clues. We don't have any other documents. So let's go up here and check the board. All right, so let's look at each of these people. This one, Hervé, I guess. Homeless man with an unknown background. Briefly worked with Charles Bougrain, victim 2, in the 90s. Got health issues after Rick Dodin health scandal. Couple of arrests for breaking and entering. He's a cop. Woo! Dad was a cop. Died 2 years ago. Mom got health issues after Rickaden scandal. Rickaden has something to do with this. Gay, in a relationship. I don't know what that matters. Never discloses information at work. That doesn't have anything to do with anything. Divorced from a judge. Ooh. Born in the French Antilles, moved to mainland France in 1976. Retired cop. Joined the police. Wow, so 2 cops. Well-known lawyer. He did it. We can just end because the game is over. He did it. Well-known lawyer from St. Quin. Defender on the Noir case. Defender of several molested kids in poor neighborhoods. Was a promising football player when he was 10. Medical examiner in Paris. Escaped from Argentina when she was young. Lost her parents to the Argentinian Junta. The process. Oh. All right. Time is up. Victim killed with 1 bullet. Can you move these around? You deserve this. Interesting. So I'm just curious. Killer code. So you can move this. Like, can you align it with somebody? Doesn't look like it. No, I can only move it. So I guess we have this here, this here. Okay. So the killer's height was 1 meter, 80 centimeters, I guess you call it. These here are not yet connected with anyone. So let's move them away. The ones that are connected. Death equals execution. Okay. So these are all connected. Victim 2 is a fierce politician. So we'll put these up here. But these are not yet connected. So we'll move these down here. Okay, so what do we have so far? We have a message on crime scene 2. You deserve this. Yeah, we don't yet. The weapon, a rare gun used in the 70s. That definitely ties to him. Killer's height, 1 meter. That doesn't seem to have anything to do with anything. Anyone could have done that. Message on the crime scene is justice. That interesting. Message on the crime scene, time is up. And so we got that from the source, from the cop. Oh, I see. The cop is the source that gave us that. Okay. All right, so I think we can end the night here, but yeah, we don't know anything about these people yet. So let's see if we can find out something about them. Oh, I see. My middle clicked because it shows right there that you can press the middle on the mouse, and so I thought, oh, does that just make it so you can't see? Oh, I see. Okay, so it's just a way to kind of see how things are connected. All right, that's neat. Hi, Joe. Killer left message in chalk. Victim 2 was a fierce prostitute. No sign of violence. Knew the victims or researched them. Okay, so let's go ahead, because serial killers always have a reason, that ties from, well, In books they do. So we can go ahead and end the night. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. This is very interesting. It's kind of like having a novel read to you in a way. You slowly open the sofa bed and lie down. The events of the day run through your head. The streets, the passengers, the faces, their problems. You open one eye. You stretch slowly. It's already nighttime out. You get up quickly. And a few minutes later, you're outside of your studio. All right, we are now on the second night. I believe there's a time limit. I think it's like 7 nights, I think. But we can also get gas as well too. So I just want to see how that works. So let's go ahead and get some gas before we pick up our first passenger. And I think there's a clue right there. We'll get that next. I was probably going out of my way. I should have gone here first and then here. Well. You pull over and stop at a gas station. Not a soul in sight. The fluorescent lights irritate your eyes, and the smell of yeah, is wafting up from the space in between the pumps. Oh, that's just perfect. What a terrible place to go to the bathroom. It's self-service here. You pay directly at the pump. It's a mini-mart over there. It must sell newspapers. The person behind the counter must see and hear things. Might be worth asking a couple of questions. Yes, sirree. You sigh and get out of your taxi. The cold grips you hard. Okay, so we can fill up the tank. So let's just do that. Oh, tank full? Okay. And then let's enter the shop. You walk into the mini mart. I think I might have just bankrupted us. The clerk behind the counter is undoubtedly the most ordinary person you've ever seen. Welcome. He sighs, beyond tired of repeating the same sentence over and over again. To La Belle Pompe. Welcome to La Belle Pompe. Okay. So we can buy a newspaper. We can buy a scratch ticket. Yeah, right, Joe. Or we can actually talk to the clerk. I was wondering. You immediately bring up the serial killer. The cashier looks up, obviously excited by the topic. Ooh, awesome. That brings us a new clue. Wonderful. And then let's also buy a newspaper for €4. Come back tomorrow. Okay, so we got it. Okay. So did that give us a clue? Not a word from the guy behind the counter. You, on the other hand, curse automatically as you put one foot out into the freezing cold. Must be really cold. All right, so we have our taxi is full. And I think I bankrupted us. Oh, and we should buy a scratch ticket, but since we're out of money, what does that mean? Who's that? Wow, I didn't even know. I just clicked on it because I didn't know who it was. Weird. All right, so there's a passenger. We need your kind of help. Yeah, we're gonna accept this because we need the money. Hi, Dag. You pull your cab up to the sidewalk and lean over. Your next passengers are in a dark alleyway just off the main street. Oh, this is promising. They are, how to put it, in disguise. Ah ha ha! Ha ha ha! Ha ha ha! 4 superheroes in spandex suits stretched over their bodies. Oh, that's awesome. That's just perfect. They remind you of a show from your childhood. Well, we need the fare, so we're going to call out to them. You roll down your window and call out to your passengers. One of them, dressed in pink, my favorite, looks up. He or she staggers over to the taxi and makes an attempt to poke her head through the window. The helmet bangs against the metal frame, and they groan in surprise. You are a driver? It's a he, and even with his helmet on, you can smell the stench of booze on his breath. Yeah. He turns around in his pink suit. Hey, guys! Ultra pink is what he's called. Hey, guys! Hey! The rest of the group turns around. It's our cab! A yelp of joy comes from the alleyway. All four suited passengers get into the car, one after the other. The aroma of beer and wafts through the cab, into the cab. Okay, man, I'll be brief. We lost Ultra Yellow. We don't know where she's hiding. The one dressed in green starts screaming in the taxi, a male deep voice with a southern accent. Do they mean Southern American or Southern French? Southern French I couldn't help you with. But Southern American I can do. We're drunk. Let's see. Howdy, y'all. We're drunk. Yeah, like we didn't know already. Yeah, I want to know about Ultra Yellow. Power Rangers. Oh, I see. Ultra Yellow, our pal. She was with us at the bar, and then we left, and then poof. Poof. Poof, says Ultra Green. Vanished. Poofed. So we clearly have a problem. Ultra Pink clears his throat like it might be a technique for getting alcohol out of his system quicker. Is there any way you could just drive around the neighborhood slowly? She can't be far. She can't really. Well, see her. I mean, she's wearing yellow. How can you miss her? The one in red, silent up till now, raises their hand. Juice. Yeah. We're gonna look for her, we're gonna find her, and we're gonna get a drink. 'Cause I'm thirsty. Aren't you, dudes? Yeah. A woman's voice or a teenager, you're not sure. Who's thirsty, dude? Yay! We're thirsty! Woo! Everyone seems up for a drink. I don't think we're gonna tell them not to drink. They're not driving. It doesn't matter how much they drink. Your passengers are overwhelmed with joy. With the exception of the silent one leaning against the window behind you. Dudes, let's go! You start driving. Alright guys, like, keep your eyes peeled, okay? Ultra Pink is riddled with hiccups and acid reflux. Oh, perfect. So, where should we start? So we were at Furiosa with Ultra Yellow. We were drinking there until they refused to keep serving us, you know? Oh, Nazi hipsters are... Bring it down a notch, dude. No need to get so excited. Why don't we start there? At the Furiosa, okay? Maybe she's at the hotel, emptying the minibar. There could be a minibar. Lucky duck. That would be awesome. Oh yeah, not a bad idea. Oh, dude, she's in the little park where we went to drink mead, dude. I miss mead. The beer was so cheap. It was called beer. Like, they couldn't even make it a real word, dude. It was like beer. Spelled wrong on the label and everything. But red is all right. Ultra yellow might be in the, wait, hold on. But red's all right. Ultra yellow might be in, wait, let's try that again. But red is right. Ultra yellow might be in the little park. What should we, flip my stomach. Where should we go, guys? All right, so we can go to the bar, the hotel, or the little park. All right, so we're going to go to the little park just because, you know, they have something there called beer, and that just can't be wrong. Yes, go. To the park it is, boys. I think I'm going to hurl. Maybe she's still there. No, she was just at the bar, right? I don't know anymore. They tell you how to find the park they're talking about, and you start the car. Thank you, Toadstool. In the back, they spark up a discussion centering on the following theme. Which country has the best price amount of alcohol ratio? You quickly tune them out. You let out a sigh and shake your head, hoping you'll be done with them soon. Pink and red vote for Bulgaria. Green shouts that the only right answer is Croatia. As for blue, he hasn't said a word all evening because he's the killer. You're starting to worry. The park finally comes into sight and silence fills the cab. I don't see... Oh, wait. I don't see anyone in the park here. You sure it's this one? Oh, absolutely, dude. I recognize it. That's where I yacked up my insides. You never forget a place where you yak up. And yet, you're still totally drunk, dude. Like, really drunk. Hey! I'm not that drunk. I'll prove it. I can remember my credit card number. 4434. Yeah, let's just let him shout out his credit card number and see what happens. 0286. Hey, dude, shut up. Silence in the cab. Does anyone have a freaking idea at all? You clear your throat. Why don't we try the hotel next? Canada. Canada has the best beer. Has the best alcohol to price ratio. Okay. Canada's not too far away from me, so maybe I'll go north and see. Yeah, the hotel, dude. She might already have been crashed. Wait. Maybe she hooked up with somebody. Yeah, wow. Would be wow. Shit. Let's go. Okay, let's go. If she hooked up, we wouldn't find out about it. You start driving, a mild migraine taking over your head. You start driving to the address the pink guy gave you. This is awesome. Behind you, the discussion is getting out of hand. Pink and red think they never should have eaten at that sushi restaurant. If we get out of this situation without them puking in the back of our cab, I'm going to be super surprised. Green is screaming that yellow is totally nuts anyway. As for blue, he still hasn't said anything. There's blue right there. You watch him in the rearview mirror, and you go by the way his head is lolling. He's starting to fall asleep. A few minutes later, you pull up in front of the hotel. It's the kind of place that tries really hard to appear classy. The flowers in the entryway are clearly artificial. Okay. So, what's your plan? I'm gonna ask if she's there, and then we'll make it up as we go along, like we've been doing all night. The pink guy gets out of... Oh, wait, no. I like talking to that voice. The pink guy gets out of the taxi, leaving you alone with the other three. For a long while, you remain silent. A welcome change from Green's screaming. The door suddenly opens, making everyone jump except for Ultra Blue, of course. She haven't seen anyone. She's not there. We'll never find her! Ah! Dude. Keep cool, dude, alright? You know, just keep cool. We haven't looked everywhere yet, dude. Alright. Alright. What was the name of the bar you left Ultra Yellow in? She Furiosa. Yeah, it was a Furiosa, dude. It was a Furiosa. Rock on. Yeah, shit. The Furiosa. You smile. I'm sure that's where she is. Yeah! The bar! Good idea. Let's go! Yay! Maybe we could get a nice cold one while we're at it. I'm so thirsty, dude. I'm like parched. No. We're going to look for Yellow. Flush? They don't want to sit in there anymore. Do I need to remind you of the scene you made, dude? Someone whispers the address of the bar. It's not far. You start the car and can't help but smile. But wait, guys, wait! Just wait one tiny second, guys. Did anyone check the trunk of the car? She could be in there. Red and pink sigh. Oh, come on. How can you be more drunk than I am? I don't even understand how that's possible. Did you pop some pills in the toilet again? You did, didn't you? Dude. No, man. No, I didn't. And they go on to discuss their darkest memories of boozing past. I'm worried for Ultra Yellow too. I don't want her to be taken over by the serial killer. If the serial killer got her, I'm going to be totally bummed out about that. As for Blue, not a peep. You're starting to get worried. He's dead. Let's say something. Hey, say. Your friend there. Is he okay? The discussion in the back of the cab comes to a halt. Who? Ultra Blue? Yeah. Don't worry. Oh, wrong voice, but doesn't matter. He's a silent drunk. Very he's very quiet. It's like the more he drinks, the quieter he gets. It's like, it's how he does things. He never stops talking. He's constantly running off at the mouth, but as soon as he starts drinking, nothing. Nothing. He suddenly starts whispering. single word. Not even one. Yeah, dude, that's what he said. Actually, it's the only way to get him to shut up, you know, get him drink and then get him like start to drinking and stuff, and then like he like totally goes like cold stone quiet. That's what we call him, cold stone silence. It's like weird, man. Yeah, well, I was just getting a bit worried. Oh, you shouldn't. Because we're adults. We're responsible. Right, guys? Right. We're responsible. Yeah. More or less. Like, right, guys? Like, yeah, right. Like, more or less responsible. His voice disintegrates into a low grumble. But anyway, he's just fine. Aren't you, Ultra Blue, aren't you? No answer from the concerned party. What's with the costumes anyway? Oh, wait, no. I love that voice. What's with the costumes? Anyway, some kind of party? I mean costumes. They're costumes. We're Ultra Warriors, dude, from the planet outer space. Like, that's what we are. Yeah, say, listen, stop yelling for a second. Stop yelling. Okay, you're for a bachelor party. Ultra Green's here, our cherished friend that we love forever and evermore. You won't be a virgin much longer, dude. Peals of laughter come from the back seat. You won't be a virgin. You know what? We can't help but laugh. Just a little bit. 5 seconds later, silence fills the cab. In back, they're all looking out the windows just in case. There's an odd feeling in the day. In the air, like the last day of summer camp. That's funny. With booze. A lot of booze. You finally get back to the bar and park where you can. Despite the time, the bar is... I misread that last one. Despite the time, the bar is still full of patrons. It's still full, and patrons are scattered across the sidewalk. Hey, look! Over there! What? Dude! What do you see, dude? Wow, that is ultra yellow, isn't it? Look! They all lean over, except Blue, to try and make out the shape in the darkness. Dude, what are you talking about? What are you... Yes, it is! Oh, ha! That must really blow your mind, huh? Like on the first try, man, to bat. Woo! Yeah! I love it. We've been wandering around for an hour, dude. We're all thirsty. Stop your shh. The pink guy starts fumbling in his spandex pants. That's when the party gets real. Whenever the pink guy starts to fumble and fumble in his spandex pants, it's time to go home. It's time. We're gonna go take care of her. I think she needs us. Do you need any help? No. You get the impression he's suddenly in a hurry. Thanks for your help, man. We'll take it from here, dude. We got it. We're so on top of it. Absolutely. Oh, yeah, man. Thanks for your help, man. Peace on. Stop screaming, dude, for frick's sake. God. Your taxi was like an angel that fell out of the sky into a barrel of beer, dude. Woo! Wow, I was so drunk. Come on, everybody, get out. Everybody's had enough of your stinky breath. God. They get out of the car, one after another. That was fun to voice. Once on the sidewalk, they walk over to their friend and surround her. You focus your attention on your taxi for a while and collect your thoughts. The one guy who was screaming, his vulgar friend. Your head is pounding, you're shaken up. It's rare that your passengers get under your skin that much. It's just as you're leaving the bar behind, you smell something weird. Oh no. Blue left a stain on the back seat. Oh God. It's indescribable. Oh, that's beautiful. You glance outside. Your passengers are no longer in front of the bar. Maybe they went inside to get a drink. That's going to cost you an extra $100 to clean your car out. You open the windows and start driving. With a bit of luck, it'll dry before you pick up a new passenger. Oh, that is so nasty. You make a mental note to clean your taxi before the end of your shift. That is so nasty. Ugh. Ew. Yuck. Ugh. By the way, if you are just stopping in, we are playing Night Call. You can grab this game on Steam. Velour, if you can throw the link up for me. Thank you. It's pretty fun. And I am voicing as many of the characters as I can. And they didn't... Yeah, that is so disgusting. So disgusting. Okay, so we have a lot of passengers. We also have this clue over here. So I'm thinking we should go to like here first and then head on to this clue. Maybe we'll go here, then here. So we need to, because we need to pick up some money on the way. Metro Victor Hugo, please. Maybe that's a metro stop. The passenger gets into the cab and gives you an address. Her voice is muted, far away. You start up the cab. She appears rather meek, subdued, like she's about to fade away. Thank you, Velour. Oh, she's sitting right in the stain. I know. Nobody tell her. But this makes it so that I really never want to get into a taxi cab ever again, ever. Never. 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 You look up at her. She returns your gaze, but she's not there. It's as if you weren't looking at an actual person, but a silhouette instead, in the shape of a human being. Would you like some music? Music? She pauses. I don't know. If you want. She breaks off again. What kind of music do you have? Whatever's on the radio. I never listen to the radio. I don't really know what's any good. Oh, look, a little stop sign. That's cool. One moment, please. Ah, okay. Maybe. She seems to be weighing her options. African! Absolutely. Bring on the African. Thank you very much. African music? Yes. That sounds peachy keen. Yes, of course. She stares at you. Fine. Surprise me. We said yes, of course, so I don't understand what she means. Her smile catches you off guard and almost makes you feel uncomfortable. You hit a button on the radio and your favorite station comes on. The young woman has a surprised look on her face. What kind of music is that? Tribal house. That's nice, these little cutaways. Tribal house. Interesting. I like it. And the musician's name? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe they'll announce his name later. It's the kind of music I should listen to when I'm writing at night. Writing? Her smile suddenly vanishes. My thesis. Your thesis? Yes. Not another word. She turns her head slightly as if thinking about something unpleasant. Yeah, it's the smell. Just if I were you, I would scooch over like a couple inches because you just don't want to be just I'm thinking no. 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 What's the subject? The progressive nuns of Rance Abbey at the dawn of the industrial era. Wow, that sounds boring. Woo! The material's a bit dry. The air in the cab suddenly seems icy. Tabac. Don't you love those little clips that they add in? Isn't that cool? I know. I didn't get, let's I don't know. Let's go for this one, I guess. I didn't quite get that. It's a thesis on nuns who introduced quasi-industrial production regulations at a time when the rest of Europe it's deadly boring. Let's be honest. It's a subject no one's interested in. My thesis supervisor for a start, my parents, my ex, and worst of all, even me. It's incredibly boring. She stares at you. The subject is a trap. It's never explored and it informs our perception of women in the 18th century. But no one is interested in it. And that's how it goes. I got used to my thesis to the subject. Doctoral theses are rarely interesting, you know. I think I read somewhere that somebody did a doctoral thesis on The Sims. I remember reading that years ago. Does anybody else remember that? Honey, switch topics. It's not worth it. But mine, let's be honest, I hit rock bottom. So I love this. You can be all happy. I'm sure. Yeah. You shouldn't say that. I don't need your pity. She speaks in cool, clipped tones without any animosity. You find it disconcerting. I chose the path I'm on. I'm entirely accountable for it. But I'm the one who chose my thesis. Me. And no one else. To be honest, it will no doubt be the only thing that remains of me when I die. I've said before, you shouldn't talk like that. It's not pity. There's nothing more to be said on the subject. A wry smile tugs at the corner of her mouth, as if she enjoys the thought of seeing loathsome people suffer. She probably does. My parents think... Oh. My parents think I've made a mess of my life. I know they do. They haven't said so, of course. They are there for me. They helped me. They helped me, but deep down I know they think it's too late. On the radio, a progressive tribal house electrofusion is set off by familiar sounding drum beats. Girl, go join the circus. You guys are funny. I'm glad you guys are enjoying yourself. I'm 28. I'm doing a doctoral thesis on the 18th century nuns. My brothers went to top business schools and earned MBAs. They're married. They have children. And me? I'm compiling pages and pages of information on nuns. You pull up to the passenger's address, an opulent-looking building in the 16th century arrondissement. I hope I'm saying that right. Arrondissement? 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 The young woman is perfectly still, seemingly paralyzed. She looks up and suddenly seems to realize where she is. I'm sorry. Her voice is faint, almost inaudible. She hands you the fare, then exits the cab without a word. Yeah, I know. 28 is like in your prime, man. When I was at 28, I was kind of a mess, to be absolutely honest. I was kind of a mess. Took a couple more decades before I got it together. Oh, thank you, Joe. Thank you. Yeah, I'm so glad you like it, Velour. This is just great. It's a great game. The writing is really good, and even though you're kind of stuck in the cab for the whole game, they make it interesting somehow. Like the little cutaways and the people doing their thing and the story. I'm liking this one a lot. Yep, a lot. A moment later, she's walking away, heading towards her building. A new set is playing on the radio. Pulsing electro grooves, dark minimal percussions, and a melodic African harp loop. Ooh, I go for some melodic African harp loop. You sit there a moment longer, and then start up the cab. All right, that gives us $25.78 is our take for that one. And we can now head on towards this clue. Let's head in this direction. Well, we never know where the cab's going to want to take us. Where they're going to take us. I guess that's probably what we should find out. The night bus waves at you in the rearview mirror before passing. Yeah, this is not too bad. Shinji. Ooh, okay, cool. You are buying this game? Wonderful. It is $20 on Steam. And, yeah, and it's not even horror. Yeah, it's totally not horror. It's just, I'd just call it dark noir. That's what I'd call it. $25, $200, wow. Woo. I guess a lot of you Australians are walking. Your next passenger is waiting on the sidewalk with an enormous suitcase next to him. You get out of the cab, pick up the suitcase, which must weigh 45 kilos at the very least, and put it in the trunk. You get back in, your passenger close on your heels. Hey, dude. The doors Not you, Google. Shut up. The doors slam shut. And, pardon me, a moment. The door slams shut. You turn the key in the ignition and look up at your passenger. Charles de Gaulle, right? He nods and you start driving. So we're going to the airport, our first airport trip. It's still pretty early to be getting on a plane. He must be the type that likes to get there well ahead of time. Japanese? Chinese? You're not sure. You smile. Tourists always have such a magical image of Paris. I have one. I've been to Paris. There's almost no traffic and you're able to drive at a decent speed. Behind you in the rearview mirror, you see the tip of the Eiffel Tower start to appear. That would be so cool if you actually saw that, but I don't think so. Nope. All right. Look who's saying goodbye to you. He points back at the Eiffel Tower. He narrows his eyes. He doesn't understand. You point at the Eiffel Tower again. Eiffel Tower. He smirks. Anybody want to help me out with that? Yeah. All right. So this is going to be kind of a silent trip. Yeah. He probably said they're guessing as to what he said. All right. His tone leaves you to believe he thinks it's ugly. Oh, okay. Say something in English. You don't like it? I don't understand. Or say something in English. Well, both of these would be English. Or say nothing. Shut up and drive. Crafter. Okay. Let's see. We'll just, by his tone, we'll just say, you don't like it. He keeps staring at you with an annoyed expression he obviously doesn't understand. I know, that's why I'm just like, well. Oh, yeah? What did you just call my mother? No, I'm pulling over right now. We're taking this outside. His voice is frank with a dose of exhaustion. Absolutely, Shinji. Absolutely. I completely agree with you, except that thing you said about my mother and my dog, because I do not appreciate that. It's going down. Exactly. Oh, keep it up. All right. You gonna be like that? Okay, it's Japanese. You're sure now. Yeah. Uh-huh. All right. Uh-huh. Yeah. And then what happened? Okay, the plane. That's not a plane sound, by the way. Not even remotely. What's the sound of a plane taking off? Can you guys imitate the sound of a plane taking off? I can't. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. No, that's deep. That's deep. And she said, what? I told you that bee be crazy. I told you. You think you may have recognized the name of the airport. I don't know. Let's just ignore him. I can't really think of anything. He gets it. You're not going to make any effort to help him out. You hear him mumbling to himself. I'd love to help him out, but I can't. Watch him get out of the car and say something in English. This is so strange. Toadstool, you're having a good old time in chat. She's like, come at me, bro. So yeah, by the way, if you can understand this and you translate what he said to us, I would love you forever. In the comments. Do it. I love you. Yeah, uh-huh. And then she slammed the door right in your face? Oh, that's wrong. Ew. I didn't need that. Thank you. Hi there, dear. Do you speak? No. Is that how you? A plane taking off? No. Thank you, dear. Dear, do you speak Japanese? Somebody speak Japanese in this chat. Thanks. We're gonna continue with the say nothing because I just don't know what to say. Besides, I told you not to marry her. Well, I told you that she was no good, but you didn't listen. And since they won't allow us to say that, I'm gonna say nothing. The tone of his voice makes you think he's making a list of all the things he hated. Oh, man, I hope somebody comes along one day and translates this. You know, I wish what I could do is cut and paste this into Google. That would be cool. Uh-huh. And then she called her mother-in-law over. Her mother-in-law, your mother-in-law moved in? Like in the house? Uh-huh. No, she moved into the bed with you. It was like you, then your mother-in-law, and then your wife? And then the dog? Oh, no. No. That was wrong. Uh-huh. So then who started drinking? Your mother-in-law. The dog? You got a drunk dog too with your mother-in-law? And then what happened? Oh. Uh-huh. And to Taiwan. All the way? Okay. No, but all the whole walking. You lying now. Come on, quit lying. Kitty tail. Hi, Bubba. Hello, little boy. You love your mommy? He's like, move this mic. So he's looking right at the mic like, move it. Because I want to be right where that mic is. And then... Really? Really? Velour is saying that we could take a picture of this. And Google could take a picture. That's cool. That's awesome. Let me see if it works. What the heck? We've got nothing else to lose. So give me a moment here. If we could find out what some of this was saying, that would be pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to click F9 here and take a quick picture of this. How do you upload it to Google? Or how do you do that? I just took a picture of that, so I'm going to try it later because I don't think I'll be able to close this down and do it. Because a foreigner in his situation really might not be able to understand the cab driver. Yeah. He made that sound before. Uh-huh. So then what happened? So it was like your wife, your mother-in-law, and the dog, but they left you at home. Uh-huh. Yeah. Third time. Oh, you did? Oh, okay. Versailles. Yes, Versailles. He bursts out laughing. This is such an interesting concept that we cannot understand them. He glances at you. I'm sorry, we don't understand. You can do it. So they're trying to translate with their phones. That is so cool. You get the impression he wants you to repeat what he's saying. Okay, sure, let's repeat. Yes, yes, yes. All right, we will repeat as best we can. Yes. And we continue to repeat. Okay, now you're getting a bit far, but we'll try. He falls back into his seat, his eyes closed. He doesn't want to speak to you anymore. Oh. You have had passengers who didn't speak French anymore, but this one seems furious. Oh. Maybe he didn't like Paris. Oh, maybe he prefers Tokyo. You smile. For a second, you imagine yourself as a taxi driver in Tokyo. Businessmen, well-dressed high schoolers, those Japanese mobsters. What are they called again? He can't understand us, so there's no point in asking him. You keep driving. You think about the movie you saw during your hospital stay. A black American soldier on the run who starts hanging out with some sort of bum who was a huge jazz fan. I don't know that movie. Do you know what movie he's talking about? Yakuza. It was a singular movie. Incredible. It made a real impression on you. The title was... No. Oh, look, that's a plane up there. That is so cool. Look, we're going along watching a plane up in the sky. The title was... No, you can't remember the title. And how could you possibly describe it to your passenger? Impossible. What a shame that you can't speak his language. What a shame not to understand him, not to be able to talk to him about it. You sigh. Maybe later you'll have time to learn Japanese. It's probably hard, not the same alphabet, not the same letters, but then again, your parents could read in Arabic and write in French. So you could too? So this is us getting to learn a little bit more about our protagonists. Yes, later. You'll have time. And then here you are at the airport. A heap of ramps and tunnels brings you to the drop-off zone. You pull to a stop and your client wakes up. He notices the airport, a few taxis, your own fatigue. He starts talking peacefully in a soft voice. Algerian, cool. Yakuza, known as, are members, the Yakuza are members of transnational organized crime syndicates originating in Japan. The Japanese police and media, by request of the police, call them something I can't pronounce. Interesting. Oh, okay. Thanks, Valor. That's cool. Arabic, French, and English. He shakes his head. Say, okay. He pays his fare with a twinge of shame. You get out of your taxi and help him get his suitcase out of the trunk. It weighs a ton. 'Cause there's a body in it! He thanks you with a sad look of defeat. Oh, he grabs onto your sleeve as you try to get back into your car. Oh. You nod very slowly. Well, just say something pleasant. He looks you over slowly. I think we just signed up to be part of a crime syndicate. His voice is monotone and completely void of emotion. so much want to know what he said. This is sad. Like you just understood what he just said. What is it? What? 19. He lost someone. His wife, maybe? He looks upset. Look at how much he's trying to explain. This is ultra yellow might be in the suitcase. Okay, you guys, we solved the mystery. We can all go home now. The largest minority population in France, the Algerians. He shakes his head. He should have come with someone. Oh. Thank you, Toadstool. That's very interesting. If only you could understand him. This is really heartbreaking. He bows. When he straightens up, his eyes are misty. You don't know why, but it seems normal to reply. You're welcome. He walks away with his huge suitcase. Without looking back, your passenger goes into the airport. Oh, the sliding glass doors close behind him. Oh. You start to realize the airport is waking up all around you. A woman who must have been a Viking in another life is pushing a floor waxer across the tiles on the entryway just below the heating vents. A fellow driver waves as he's leaving the drop-off zone. A plane, maybe the first one of the day, appears in the sky. You get back in the taxi. For a minute, you rub your freezing hands together to warm them up. Just a few seconds before driving off. And none of us will know because I know it is sad. Wow. All right, so we're definitely going to take those profits. And then let's come back here and check out this clue. Ooh, there was something right there. Oh. That interrupted us. Huh. The passenger who's entered your cab slams the door and stares at you intently. She's in desperate need of a comb. Where are you off to? I don't know yet. Although the real question is, how can you help yourself? What? Do we know each other? She gives a sour laugh. Don't play innocent with me. If I were to say to you, her voice is slightly raspy with an oddly metallic sound. Creepy, creepy. October 27th. That's the date, the night of the attack. The attack, you. Oh my gosh, are you the killer? Could this woman be the judge? 10:46 p.m. Hi, Miss Grumpy. Yeah. She's not, definitely not, oh my gosh, you guys. No. The attack took place later. Does that ring a bell? You nod your head. It does. I don't know if it does. Does it? Yes, it does, miss. Don't you miss me. Not another word. She waggles an accusing finger at you. Okay, this is really weird. Last October 27th, you were in this very cab driving a fare and you committed a crime. Kitty butt. Get a close-up on that kitty butt just because, you know, you can. She knows something, and you committed a crime. That's right, sir, a crime. Let her go on. I'd spent the whole day looking like an idiot for that rotten newspaper. Do you have any idea what I do for a living? Yeah, I don't even know what she's doing. Let's be evil. Town crier. She heaves a sigh. You know what? I don't think I've ever seen anybody really heave a sigh. Have you ever seen that? I haven't seen it. Very funny. Absolutely hilarious. Her voice is increasingly aggressive. You can feel the anger bubbling up inside her. I'm a sub-editor, Mr. Taxi Driver. I correct mistakes that a bunch of moron journalists make. There isn't a single one, not one, who knows how to write a proper sentence. I've had it. I've really had it. On the night of October 27th, you cut me off. What? I don't even get this, man. This woman is not cool. Well, let's not cut her off now, because I think she would probably try and kill us. I almost died that night. She grinds her teeth. You shudder. I crashed my car. My boyfriend's car, that is. Oh, look at that. I love this. Look at that sign and how it goes in and out. That's so cool. The same guy who made yet another comment about woman drivers. The neighbors called the police that night. I made such a scene. Yeah. To think the guy who dares call himself a feminist. I don't even understand 100% what she's talking about. She pauses for dramatic effect as a disturbing smile spreads over her face. Her voice is suddenly noticeably quieter, almost fragile. The next day, no more boyfriend. No more car. I messed up a job interview with a major news outlet, a paper where people know how to write, where they follow the basic rules of French grammar. Imagine for just a minute I could have stopped correcting copy for a bunch of morons. She takes a deep breath. But all because of you, because of your cab, everything changed the night of October 27. Okay. A sad, faraway look comes over her. My life has never been the same since. But her voice is bursting with fury and hatred. Forced to go live with my mother while I went apartment hunting in this rotten city. Oh, live with my mother. Where tiny studios cost an arm and a leg. So I started looking for you. The back of your neck breaks into a sweat. You can feel cold, clammy droplets. Ooh, that's nasty. I started asking around. I bribed one of your colleagues to give me your number. Oh my goodness, a droplet of sweat. Oh, and I found your address, your first one, that is. It's like, is this it? Is this the serial killer? Is it done? You shiver as the drop reaches your... Yeah, okay, I don't really need that information. Thank you very much. But that's your business. What matters is I eventually did get your other address, the real one. Oh my gosh. At first, I admit I was planning on going to your place. Her voice softened a little. Maybe. Oh. But then I thought to myself, no, Ludovine. Maybe the guy deserves a chance. You'll never know. So you're going to apologize. Go on, give it your all. Take your time. Take a deep breath. So... Hi, angry wolves. Ooh, they're your hobby? Oh. Yuck. That's not so... That's... Ooh. No, thank you. Like that. Tell her about the attack. Ask her to leave the taxi. Apologize. If we ask her to leave the taxi, I don't think she's going to. We could apologize. Yeah. Let's, I guess we'll apologize. Look, I am truly sorry. I don't remember what happened that evening. And I screwed up. Yeah, I'm still, there's like a bunch of gaps I'm missing here. Like, did this happen before he was attacked by the serial killer or after or what? I don't know. I don't remember what happened that evening and I screwed up. Oh, okay. It's not allowing me to choose that. It keeps repeating the same thing. Okay, do I have to pick one? Is the one the right answer? Sorry for everything that happened, your car, your ex, the job. I'm sorry. Even though it's not my fault? Why isn't it your... I want to know. She's about to add something and then stops. No, you're right. The fact is, they're my problems. Crap. She dispels her anger all at once. Was that the real you speaking? Her voice has slowed down. It was. A smile lights up her face. It was exactly what I needed to hear. I've been thinking about it for months, going over and over it every second of the accident. Telling myself it could have been different, less complicated. Oh, her boyfriend died. Maybe... Yeah, I wonder if that's what happened when he was 17. Yeah, it's odd, I'm not sure. More, I mean, less, well, you know. I don't know, so I'm gonna say I don't know. She nods her head. It doesn't matter. Look at her, she actually looks sad now. Thanks. All her anger is evacuated, no more looks that could kill, simmering rage, or grinding teeth. My boyfriend was a jerk anyway. Yeah, I guess her boyfriend died. And then this job, maybe it wasn't so great. She gives you a little smile. I tend to get all worked up about things. You've noticed. And sometimes I take things a little too far. That too. In Paris, we are quick to forget about being nice to each other, about being polite, and for a taxi driver, you're a real sweetheart. Oh, like what taxi drivers are all, well, maybe they all, well, maybe most taxi drivers are not very nice, who knows. She gives a short laugh. This is what I suggest. I'm going to exit the cab. I'm going to go for a little walk in the cold to get my mind off things. I have to learn to... Her voice falters. Manage my anger. It's eating me up. She shakes her head and then with another look in her direction, she says goodbye. The door opens, then closes. You're alone in the taxi, your head spinning slightly as if you just had a drink, just one, but something really strong. Or maybe he broke up with her? Okay. Is she gonna pay? Crafter, you always say the most amusing things. Yeah, but what's really important is like, is she gonna pay us? Because, you know, time is money, you know what I'm saying? You briefly try to remember that night. Nothing but a vague impression of something behind you, the killer's silhouette, a fleeting presence. See, I have to admit, I'm having a hard time understanding. You shake your head. There's nothing more than before. This is why it would be really good to have the developer here right about now. So he could explain what's going on. If only you had turned around, everything would have been easier. You would have seen the face of... All at once, you start the cab. Okay, so I want to go here because there's a clue here. By the way, this map is a real map of Paris. It is, if you live in Paris, you can find your house here. You park a few streets away from the Argentinian embassy. You wait there for your contact. Ooh. Because she was super mad and now she's just fine. Girl, what? I know exactly. Ping is looking scared. Ping's like, I don't know about this. Ping is, for those of you guys who don't know, is one of the stuffed animals behind me, who's one of the patrons. One of the mascots of the channel. All right, so cool. It's so odd to have a contact, so excessive. So I need to moisten the throat here. If you're watching on YouTube, keep in mind that you can watch me live on Twitch, on YouTube, or on Mixer. The guy is one of your regular poker buddies. One of your regulars poker buddies. A night watchman at the embassy. You get out of your taxi and walk towards the big metal gate. Clean lines. Early 20th century, maybe. Lots of wrought iron. The gate opens and someone moves towards you. They indicate you should follow them. The person's face is hidden by an oversized hoodie. Okay, yeah, this seems actually really comfortable and like super smart. At night, hanging out and with a person alone in the dark who has a hoodie on, you can't see their face. Perfect. Just sounds so smart. What if it was, that's what I was saying. Who are you? It's me, Jamie. You're David's buddy. You immediately recognize his accent. You don't feel like you're in danger and decide to follow him. You walk into a narrow covered passageway, probably an entrance to a parking garage. We're gonna die! Hi, Rana. Now, Rana is Crafter. She's the same person. She just switched over to Twitch. The man turns around and lights up a cigarette. The lighter lights up his face for a second. A young man with curly hair, pale skin. He looks young, very young. That'll be 250 euros. Sweet. For what? For the intel? Yeah, dude, for the intel. He laughs a strange guttural sound. Toadstool, you are very, very interested in punching people in the gut. What did you think this was? A date? Yeah, actually, I got all pretty. I'm wearing my best flowered chiffon. You want information on Grodischer? I got information on Grodischer. It'll cost you 250 euros. So what'll it be? Let's bargain. He raises his hands in front of his chest. His accent becomes stronger. No, it's 250 euros or nothing. If someone learns I fished around, they'll fire me on the spot. All right, well, we're going to pay because we want to, come on. You better hope the intel is good. Listen up, because I'm not going to say it twice. Grodischer is definitely a colonel from the Junta, one of the few who wasn't arrested and put on trial. Okay. He is responsible for torturing dozens of political opponents. He tortured and killed them. Oh my God. We don't like him much here, but the rich Argentinians in Paris love him. They really respect him. Respected him? Thanks. Is that all? Is that all? Awesome. Another new clue. Dang, information isn't free. No, it isn't, girl. I read in the newspaper that the killer wrote a message in chalk. Time's up. It was a slogan at the end of the Junta. A sort of watchword from the opponents. It was time for them to go. You get it? You nod. All right. A second later, you're back in your taxi with a hole in your wallet but new information on one of the victims. If you follow this lead, maybe your investigation will move forward. You get in the car and get back to your shift. Okay, so... Wonderful, a clue. Ooh! And we're going to go straight to her. I have no idea what she's about. We're going there. Nina, I'm going to the 17th. All right, a woman jumps in. Oh, it looks like she's got like a flower or something. She's so pretty. Also looks like she's going to cry. Rue de Lévis? Lévis? Her voice is shaking. Her mind is elsewhere. Please. You start driving. In the rearview mirror, you notice your passenger is shivering. Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, the game is so good. She clenches a rose in her hands like it might otherwise fly away. You want me to turn the heat up? She doesn't hear your question. Let's turn it up anyway, I guess. Miss, No. No, no, I don't. No. No, I said no. No heat. Finally, she looks at you. He asked me to marry him and I said no. Dude. He had everything planned. He put the ring in my champagne flute, and I said no. She blinks her eyes very slowly. I don't know why I said no. Why? Her expression becomes scornful, aggressive. You don't want to get married? No, I mean no, She is almost frozen. As time goes by, she's like a freeze frame, a movie on pause. I want to get married. I always dreamed of a wedding, of the kind of life. Her head wobbles. Her elegant facial features cloud over. I think... She looks back quickly. Her voice breaks. I've got to go back to the restaurant. Getting married is what I've always wanted. Why did I say no? You get the impression she's shrinking. She looks tiny and fragile. Oh, look at the poor girl. Oh, I just said, oh. Her face looks like she's been in a brutal accident. Well, maybe not that bad. We have to turn around now. All right, let's turn around. Oh, cool. Awesome. So they actually let you turn around. So it showed you turning around. That's cool. Thanks. But she decides not to finish her sentence. As soon as you can, you turn around. In the back seat, your passenger can't bear to look at you. She studies her hands and said, you drive on in silence. It's strange, but you like that odd feeling of going back over the same road. Everything seems so different. The buildings have a different perspective. You see them in a new and unexpected light. The passers-by are no longer the same. They've been replaced by others. The lights are in a different cycle, like they know you're coming back. A few seconds later, without even noticing the ground you'd covered, you pull over in front of the restaurant you just came from. She throws you a shy, almost indiscernible smile. Can I ask you a favor? You nod slowly. Don't ever repeat what I said. Who exactly do you think I would tell? Your colleagues, your friends, your wife, who the hell knows? Not a word, not a word. Not a word. And in a whisper she adds, thanks. She's trying to catch someone's eye. She stands like that for a minute on tiptoe. Oh. And then she walks into the restaurant. Her rose is left behind in the doorway. Let's wait a while. Another minute to think about her beautiful gown, her words, how she shook, getting married. For a second, you try to remember your own marriage proposal. This is so cool. Yeah, probably. Oh, that's a good point, Eos. Maybe she knows Shinji. What if the stories of some of the passengers were tied together? That would be cool. It all seems so far away. So very far away. You turn the key in the ignition and drive away. Wow. So we had a marriage proposal. So I think we're going to do one more and then we're going to end. So let's do this one just right here. I think, oh, you can move the map around. Cool. Awesome. All right, so there's one more. I don't see anything else of interest. So let's do this. I'm hoping that we can get back to our apartment again. Perva Rao. I'm headed, so by the way, if you guys are wondering, like I said, if you're watching this later on, I have touched a small part of the game. The game, you get random different characters. You're going to have a very different playthrough than I have. I don't think it's something you read, Crafter. I think it's something that will give you a clue or not give you a clue. Exactly, Gail. I like that too. Maybe that's the wife of the poor Japanese guy, and that's the reason why Senji was so sad at the end. Interesting. That's a good point, Dear Tip. By the way, have I ever told you that I really like your YouTube name, Dear Tip? Such a neat name. Your passenger is alone and waiting for you on the sidewalk. She gets in the cab and whispers, "Hello." Oh, she's pretty. She has no handbag or suitcase, just a small handmade sign with an Indian name printed on it. "Charles de Gaulle, please." She is young with a soft and slight accent. Her face shows no emotion. Her fingers play with the small gold chain around her neck. It's the only piece of jewelry she has on. You drive, glancing back at her from time to time. Her head seems to be elsewhere. "Is everything all right, miss?" She nods her head gently, cracking a tiny smile. "It's really early. The planes to come in are the worst. Everyone is exhausted and half asleep." The first planes to come in. "Yes, exactly, and..." She sighs. "I must confess I don't really want to go there." A tiny smile lights her face up for a split second before disappearing. "Ah, family." It basically means the guy I told you that a long time ago. Can I do an Indian accent? I told you, Toadstool, I can't really do accents. It's just whatever comes out. "Ah, family. My future husband. Well, future. I've never met him." Her accent suddenly becomes stronger. You know this habit well. Just before confiding in you, passengers tend to relax into their natural accent. Cool. Yeah, no, we haven't. We have not cleaned up the leavings. So several passengers are going to be smelling funny throughout the day. Man, that was just crazy. Yeah, we put some Lysol back there. Opened up the windows and said a good prayer too. Put some incense in. There's some incense sticking in the rear view mirror. I am sure he is a great guy, as they say here. Sadness appears in her voice. But I don't know him at all. My parents chose him. It's crazy, isn't it? Are you shocked? No. A sad smile washes briefly over her face. It's tradition, or at least it used to be. My parents are a bit old school, even by standards in India. I chose to study here, and not in England like my sisters. She flashes a smile. I fell in love with Paris, and I decided to stay. I almost never go home. Actually, this is home now. Anyway, my parents, they insist I meet him. He decided to make the trip, saying he had a meeting as a pretext. We're gonna say nothing here. It's understandable from their perspective. I mean, it works for them, right? You sense something bubbling up, anger, before she freezes. Some people refuse to let their emotions out. She slowly regains control of her body. What, day trips do you recommend outside Paris? Nearby. She nods. Versailles, of course. It's really beautiful. Definitely worth it. Her face lights up. Oh, yes. Perfect. I'm sure he'll like that. Or there's Fontainebleau. There's a huge park. Very wild. If he likes hiking. I don't really know. She smiles shyly. You prefer to say nothing. The airport is not much farther. Something about the young woman makes you feel uncomfortable. She looks as if she is about to scream, but is holding it in. Time passes and silence fills the cab. Which terminal, ma'am? Your question startles her. Oh, Terminal C, 2C, I think. Is that an Indian airline? Indeed. I love how her hair keeps coming down like this. It's so cute. Such little touches. Then it's definitely 2C. The flights come in very early. Yes, yes. Very early. Thank you. I mean, I'm having a hard time keeping this accent. Yes, yes. Very early. Thank you. See, I can't really get it. She grabs her sign and exits the cab. Wow, how strange. As if she was about to say something. Wouldn't it be awesome if he got off the train and he was amazingly beautiful and the perfect match for her and they got married next week? That'd be awesome. Alright, so that's 1707. And I think, now let me see if there's a way to end the, oh, wait, nope, here we go. So we are now at the end of night 2. Oh, this game is awesome. We found Ultra Yellow at Furiosa. Yes, we did. Ultra Skaters. Oh my gosh, look at our losses. I guess I shouldn't filled up on all that gas. Wow, gas is spendy. Woo! We met Sinji. Yep. So we're going to check the Passadex menu for more details. We have met Ludovine. Awesome. Yeah, that was intense. Oh, that's what it was. It wasn't the gas. It was that $2.50. You're right. That we paid for information. So yeah. Okay. We have met Nina. Okay. At the foot of your front door, just behind a drain pipe, you notice an envelope. Ooh, awesome. Secret intel. Ooh. It's thick and heavy. You can just make out your name written in thick black marker on the front. Your real name. Ooh. You take a deep breath and go inside. In the envelope, you find more information, just as Bousset promised. Oh, okay. 4 clues discovered. You lay them on the table. You look at new evidence on the table. It will take you a while to read everything carefully. Steps in the hallway. They stop in front of your door and then move away. You crack your knuckles and get to work. Okay, so this is another picture, a crime scene 4. So maybe the killer struck again. We have a new investigation. Not enough time. What does that mean? I don't understand why we don't have enough time to look those over, but let's go up here. Okay, so we have the killer's height. That's huge. But we haven't met any of these people yet. Oh, okay. I'm still not sure how we hook up these crimes. I mean, these how we hook these up with the people. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. No, I'm not. Okay. Yeah, so that's the only thing. There was a spent bullet case, though. Oh, my timer is set at the top. Oh, thank you. Okay, so it's 6:03. So I guess we should have chosen what we could do, I guess. Okay. All right. So we're gonna, so next documents, that's not anything. And we can end the night here. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. You slowly open the sofa bed and lie down. The events of the day run through your head. I like the breathing that he does. It's neat. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. Your brain is running at full speed. Your body aches and you are in pain. Oh, you can tell you need to get more sleep. You glance at your investigation board. Your investigation is taking shape little by little. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thunk it? If only Bousset would give you a little more time. Yeah, he works the night shift. We were out all night. Okay. So, a smile forms on your lips. You just thought about that Japanese tourist. You imagined the joy on his face when he got home and rediscovered the sounds and smells of his country. Like you when you could come back from France at the end of the summer. A second later, you're asleep. And we are going to leave the game here. Right here. Let's see if we can press escape. Nope. I'm going to go to myself here on the screen. And there we go. And oh, so we might, so how do we that's another question I want to know, is how we can stop the night earlier, you know what I mean? So we can have him come home a bit sooner. That might be it. But that was Night Call. Wow. Wow. So what do you think of it? What do you guys think of it so far? I think it's amazing. Here's my thoughts on it. I think it's really good. The fact that it was translated from French to English, and I only saw two spelling mistakes in the whole thing. It was so much text heavy. It's like a novel. It's really well written. That story about Shinji is going to stay with me, even though we couldn't understand a thing he was saying. That was so beautiful. So the developer told me that he would love to interview with me. And so I'm going to try and get him for the next time we stream this game. We have 2 games that we need to finish. One is Chook and Sausage, and the other one is Night Call. They're both fairly short games, so we're going to be doing one more live stream on both of those. And so, you know, within the next I don't know how long it'll take us to hook up. I will get him to finish this game with us, and he can also show us something about these mechanics and answer some of the questions about giving clues, like hooking up clues and that kind of stuff. But yeah. So I will, see you guys soonly. I'm gonna put on some more night call music. To leave you with and say that I am so glad you joined me today. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit the thumbs up button below. And if you loved it, join the party and subscribe. I will see you back here with more Night Call as soon as I can. To find out when I go live again with this game, follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, on Twitch, on YouTube, on Mixer, all at the Jessa Channel. And yeah, we will ask about Senji. You guys will be able to ask him questions. So we will be able to talk about that. Anyway, I will see you guys soonly. I'm going to leave you with some wonderful merch that's available on the shop and some music of Night Call. And thank you, as always, for watching.